Did it ever ring into your mind that 10,000 shillings is a lot of money? Allow me to share with you how you can utilize 10,000 shillings and create a fortune out of it. I have done it, several people have done it, several studies have shown us that it is able to be done, and you can enjoy and run straight to the bank. My name is CPA Jobiese. Let me share with you 5 strategies or options that you will employ or implement and smile or laugh to the bank. Thank you. First, mitumba business. Mitumba are second-hand clothes. These are clothes that are worn the people from outside the country, and they find themselves into the country here in Kenya, in our soil. So once they come in our soil, actually a bale goes for averagely 5,000 shillings. And this bale that goes for 5,000 shillings, you'll get at least 100 camera pieces or 100 great pieces. But sometimes it goes up to 300, 400 pieces. But we are working with the worst case scenario of 100. So that means you'll get them at 50 shillings cost per unit. The second bit is 100 shillings per week for the county. So in a month, you're talking about 500. These clothes will take around 3 months. So 3 months will be 3 times 4. That is 1,200. So that is 1,200 shillings from. And then the 3,200 shillings, or the difference, will be miscellaneous for transport or for your food or for anything else. So that is one. Then the next bit is how to sell. So how do you sell? How do you market? We'll use Facebook. You'll talk to your friends. You'll use WhatsApp. You will use all the ways. You use TikTok. You'll use YouTube. You'll try anything or any way you can use to sell. You'll walk around and call people. Mbao, mia, mbili, tatu, ine. So that is what you do as you sell, so that you sell. Because at the end of it all, for businesses to work, there has to be sales. So sales is the only way you can do selling. So selling, we are looking at 200 shillings per piece. So 200 shillings per piece for 100 pieces, that is 20,000. And how much did we use? We actually used around 10,000. So we got 100% profit. So you will never go hungry. You don't have an issue with rent, because your house is where you put your clothes. You can also sell online. You deliver to them, and then that's it. Number 2, online freelancing. Freelancing is where you work from home. You don't need to go to work. You have your laptop, you have your internet, you have your desktop. That is how it works. So what are the costs in freelancing? So first of all, there are platforms. We have Upwork, we have Fiverr. Those are platforms where you come on board and you get a client and you bid for your work, you get your work, you do your work, and then you get paid. But number 1, there must be another platform. The other platform is the infrastructure. The infrastructure is the internet. Average internet goes for 2,000 shillings per month. So for 2 months, we are talking of how much? We are talking of 4,000. The next bit is skill development. Skill development is you getting guys who are going to train you on this work. How do you bid for work? How do you optimize your LinkedIn? How do you make sure that you talk the language of business, the language of the guys who are going to give you work? Because you must talk their language. You must understand what they want, and then you must provide solution to them. That's the second bit. And after 2 months of working and understanding, what happens? You will start earning 20 to 50,000 shillings. Another one, which is also very realistic, is graphics design. Investment in graphic design is 3,000 to 5,000. Then after that, you work for another 2 months. The next thing is you start getting your money. You make posters for us, you make flyers, and everybody's doing it. You just do it from the comfort of your house. You can even decide to make them and also sell them online. Canva is buying them. Other platforms are buying them. So let's go to the third one. Third one is food. Everybody wants to eat. And people want to use the least cost to get the most out of it. So why don't you become a street food vendor? Street food vendor at a budget of 10,000 shillings, we are talking about smokies, mandazi, juice. Just sell this light food. This light meals where guys will buy at 100 shillings, 50 shillings, 30 shillings, and you get your money. You can also talk about eggs. So what is in the investment? Investment number 1, you need a blender. Blender goes for 1,500. Number 2, you need a stand, a portable stand. That goes for 500. Then you need stock. Stock is around 3,000. You need eggs. A crate of eggs goes for around 300 shillings. The packet for sausage goes for 500 shillings. You have what we call, you You need coins, go for 200 shillings. So at the end of the day, you lose around 3,000 shillings for the stock. And then you'll have another 2,000 shillings for emergency, just in case your stock depletes or something happens. Then what do you get? Daily, you get an income of 2,000 shillings. I'm telling you guys, these are things that have working. These are things that can be seen. But again, at the end of the day, the sun has to hit you very hard. It will hit you. But remember, we are in this business to make money. Make clean money and move, and do not despise. The Bible says, no despise humble beginnings. Then after some time, you start scaling. When you get more money, you scale. You get a place, you get a room, you start paying for the rent, you buy seats, and you continue. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, we talk about agribusiness. You'll understand that in Kenya, agriculture is the cornerstone to our economy. Did you know that? Now you know. So what you can say do poultry business. There are these chicks that are 1 day old. They go for 100 shillings. As much as possible, you can try and have, like how many? You can start with 50. That's 5,000 shillings. Make a small sketch just in your room. Just look for a few kabatis, or you can look for timber. That's around 3,000 shillings. And then there's the food. You can get the ugali that you're eating, give them. You can decide to go to these people that they're called Orego, or these guys that grind flour. They actually have the waste, so you just get the waste from them. You come and give your chicks, and after 5 weeks, they're able to be sold at the market at 500 to 600 shillings. So from one hen, you are able to make, minus the overhead, minus the cost of the house, you're able to make clean 200 times 50, that's 10,000 shillings. So you're talking about 80 to 150% profit. Guys, we are good. That's the next thing. That's the biggest thing that you need. Then number 5, we have people that are not sure about risk. They don't have the confidence to venture out and understand and see what can they do, how can they do, what if something happens, what if I start the agribusiness, what if I start the poultry and disease come and they die, what if it becomes too cold and the temperature is not conducive for them, what if I start my food vendor business and we have the kanjos who are going to frustrate me, or food, what if the market is not responsive? What if I start my mitumba business and guys do not want second hand, they want new, or the government is coming on me? Let me help you guys. This is what we call the money market funds. Money market, the MMF, these are low risk investment. But one thing I'll tell you is, the lower the risk, the less the interest. The income becomes very low when the risk is low. The higher the risk, the higher the return. The lower the risk, the lower the return. Because most of them goes to 11% per annum. That is 0.9% per month. So if it is 10,000, you are sure of getting 92 shillings every month. At the end of the year, you are supposed to get around 1,100 per month, per year. So ladies and gentlemen, I've given us 5 ways to understand, to know, and to be sure how best can we make this money. Because at the end of the day, it has to be done. And you guys will do it. So next time you want to burn your money, you want to take your money and go out, remember that money can be used somewhere and you can make money. And even if it's not you, you can give it to your relative, you can give it to your friend, and you can create employment. And at the end of the day, you will be blessed of the Lord. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Ciao.